For the 4th day of Wolfmas, we find ourselves at one of the craziest home games I've ever played. Even though it's only a 1-2 game, I'm buying in for $2,000 to match the action. This session was absolutely electric. I get involved in a massive 4-way pot where I flop the nut flush and get all the money in against top set. Plus, we actually see a royal flush at the table today. You don't want to miss this one. Let's get right into the action. In the very first hand, I open it up to $20 and Ben and Han both put in the call. We're going 3 ways to the flop, which comes 10, 10, 5. I have 2 pair. With $62 in the middle, I check it over to Ben, the host, who isn't trying to be a good host here. He wants my money and bets out for 20 bucks. Well, I'm not going anywhere with 2 pair. I put in the call and the dealer puts out the 6 of hearts. Check it over to Ben once again. He fires out for Cinco de Mayo now. And I've never seen a Cinco de Mayo that I didn't like. So I put in the call, and the river card now comes the 6 of spades, counterfeiting my 2 pair. Check it over to Ben, and now he checks behind with ace-9 offsuit. He got there on the river, and I guess we're chopping this first pot here, $212. All right, in this next one here, we're jacking off from the small blind. I decided to squeeze it up to $90 here over a raise and 2 callers. We pick up 2 callers here, so going 3 ways to the flop, which gives me top pair on a King 7-4 rainbow board with $290 in the middle. The action checks over to Ron, who bets out for $115. I put in the call and Corbin does as well. The turn pairs the board, coming the 7 of diamonds, and the action checks over to Ron, who decides to check behind, bringing in a 3rd diamond, the King of diamonds now, giving me 3 of a kind. I also have the Jack of diamonds in my hand, blocking some flushes, so I want to get value here, and I don't want to go large because I don't think either of my opponents have a king. I bet out for $100. Corbin calls, Ron folds, and we're taking down an $834 pot this time. We're not chopping the hand. Everything is being shipped over my way. And then something crazy happens where Han gets a royal flush, you guys. I haven't gotten one of those in years. I'm sure you know because you watch all my videos, but pretty crazy. At this table here in Santa Barbara, we see a royal flush.
What is going on here?
Last game we had 12-pound prime rib.
So you're not even raking the game, and you're bringing ribeye, mac and cheese, and what's the address again, so people can pull up?
No.
This next hand gets pretty funny. I make it $20 to go with pocket 10s, and we get 3-bet to $56.
Oh wow!
Ain't that a British sizing? How many pounds is that, sir? How many pounds sterling?
Bro, you couldn't even have done the Cinco de Mayo, obviously a troll, and we're gonna have none of that. There's a 4-bet to 125 from Ren, and then a call. Action's back over to me. I don't really want a 5-bet here with 10s. I think it's a little bit too weak, even though I'm trying to punish that cheeky $56 raise. I think I'm just gonna put in the call here, and he does as well. 4 ways to the flop here, which comes an overcard to our 10s. More often than not, there's gonna be an overcard, and a Jack-8 deuce board isn't the best situation. There's a bet for $100, and when the other opponent puts in the call, I think I have to let my pocket 10s go, and they are gonna go off and battle it out. We see the turn card though, which unfortunately comes the 10 of spades, so somehow I find the call on the flop there, even though I know I'm behind a jack. We spike the 10 on the turn, so a little bit of a needle there. They end up running it out, and the opponent in seat 9 ends up having king jack. So a good fold there by me on the flop, but unfortunately we get needled on the turn. All right, queen 7 of diamonds now from the hijack. The $5 and $10 straddles are out there. Yes, we're playing 5-10 now in a garage in Santa Barbara. There's a limp. I decide to limp, and we are going multi-way to a flop, which gives me a flush draw and a gut shot to the straight on a Jack 10-8 board with 2 diamonds. Hand bets out for $55, and Dylan puts in the call. I call as well off the turn, which comes a brick, the deuce of clubs. What are we gonna do here? Hand bets out for $250 now, and the action's on Dylan. When he puts in the call, we're getting a great price to hit our flush or a straight. I decide to call as well here, and look at that. The pot in this 1-2 game has ballooned up to $1,000. We need a 9 or a diamond dealer one time. King of hearts. We are not going to get this one now. Definitely not our pot. Maybe we could go for a bluff, but not when hand bets out for $525. Dylan folds his cards. I do as well. Just not going to bluff into him here. He doesn't have much more behind, and he mucks his cards, but later told us he has pocket eights. Makes a lot of sense going for the river bet. $1,500 is his reward. Royal flush and a set in the same session. Hand, you probably want to buy a lottery ticket at this point, bro. Before we continue with the hands, we need to remind you what Wolfmas is and how you can enter. We're flying 7 lucky winners to Houston, Texas to battle me and my content producer Lucas on the prestigious Champions Club live stream. We cover your round trip flights, 2-night hotel stay, and your full buy-in on stream. Best yet, you keep 100% of the profit. It's a true once-in-a-lifetime free roll. There are 3 ways to enter. 1, make a comment, drop a like, and subscribe on all 12 videos. That's it. 2nd, sign up for Club WPT Gold using code Wolfgang. We will be including anyone who has ever used the code and giving you a 10-chip bonus for making an online poker account. 3, you can grab merch from my newest drop at shopwolfgang.com and save your order number. But here's the critical part. We currently have over 3,000 comments, but only 700 form submissions. If you do not fill out the intake form down below, you are drawing dead. Even if you comment or buy merch, you cannot win without that form. Go fill it out right now, and let's get back into the action. Alright, we have $1,700 in our stack, so stuck $300. I gotta make money for you guys, and I gotta do it soon. It's almost 2 in the morning, and I make it $15 to go with 10-8 of clubs from the +1 position. We're gonna get 2 calls, and then Dylan spoils the party with a 3-bet to $60. Well, I'm not going anywhere. I put in the call, and we're going 4 ways to the flop, which comes ace, queen, deuce with 2 clubs. Obviously, I have just 10 high, but I have the flush draw to go along with it. The action checks through on the flop, and the turn comes the 10 of diamonds, giving me some showdown value now. Most likely I can win on the river with any club, any 10, or any 8. So when he fires out for $100, I put in the call. Another player does as well. We're going 3 ways to the river, which comes a board pairing deuce of hearts. Not exactly what the doctor ordered when the action's on me. I don't really want to turn my hand into a bluff here. For 1, I'm blocking clubs, and for 2, I have showdown value. I know I'm not going to win at a large frequency, even king jack, ace queen, ace 10, queen 10. I mean, there's just a lot of hands that beat me. King queen, queen jack, you get the point. So I decide to check, and my opponent in the button is going to win with queen 9 offsuit. Possibly we could have got him to fold, although I think for the 12 days of Wolfmas, people want to make the vlogs, they get sticky, and I might have lost more money. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this one. This next hand is nuts. I look down at ace 9 of diamonds from the button with only around $1,300 in my stack. We're basically playing 5-10 now with those straddles out there, and there's a limp over to Griffin, who opens it up for $55. I put in the call. Alex makes it $275. Dylan calls, and Griffin calls as well. We are going multi-way to the flop here. I'm definitely not gonna fold. I have ace 9 suited, and we can do stuff like this. Just flop the nuts. Queen 7-3, bang. We have the ace high flush, and Griffin bets out for $210. I'm not gonna raise here. I want a smooth call and keep all of my opponents in, and that's exactly what happens. Alex puts in the call, and the action's back over to Dylan in seat number 9. He doesn't fold, and he's thinking about calling, but then raises it up to $1,000. We get the check raise to 1K, and we're looking down at the nuts. This is what dreams are made of. There's no better spot in poker than when your opponents are putting their money in bad. After Griffin folds, I shove for $1,041, and of course he calls for $41 more. We're gonna go off to a run out here. The pot is $3,621, and what does he show? Pocket queens. What a super cooler here. Top set versus nut flush, and we're gonna run it 2 times. This is a 1,500 big blind pot here at Ben's 1-2 game in Santa Barbara. The first board runs out clean for me, Jack 9, and the second board does as well. Jack on the turn, not before the river comes. A 5 of clubs. $3,600 is coming my way. Of course, we gotta give a little needle on the way out.
Bruce Needling. The audacity on that chap. What a lad. What a wanker.
Come on, where's the sticker? Where's the sticker? Get the sticker out.
Oh, yeah, the sticker. Oh, no.
Bang. We may or may not have also had a side bet. First person to get a bang sticker placed on them wins.
Thank you.
Can the word for this video in the comments be needle?
Okay, we're making a needle. Comment down below needle if you want to enter this giveaway. Thanks, mate.
In a British accent.
And now we pick up pocket queens for ourselves here in the big blind. I decide to 3-bet a $40 open and a call. Hand puts in the call. We're going heads up to the flop, and what does it come? Queen, Jack 5, bang, we have top set. Not only that, a little bit of a joke from the poker gods because I have pocket queens, I flop top set, and the board is monotone. The action's on me. I fire out for $55, and he obliges. The turn comes the 4 of hearts. I now bet out for the size of the pot, $455, and he can't continue. I decided to go large here because I want to target any one club type of hand as well as some straight draws, 2 pairs, and worse sets. But he can't continue. We're taking down yet another pot here, and we downgrade from pocket queens to pocket jacks. Let me show you guys how to play this hand. $5 straddle out there. There's a raise to 20 from Ben and a call. I make it $100 to go, and we're gonna pick up 2 callers, and the flop comes 9-8-6. I decided to get a little bit tricky here and also control the size of the pot. It's likely that my opponent has a 1 pair with a straight draw, 2 pairs, or even a set here, so I don't want to go crazy, and I start with a check. The action checks through, and the turn now comes the 4 of hearts. Definitely have to start getting value. I fire out for $155, and both opponents can't hold on. So we're taking down the last hand of the night. Huge shout out to Ben for inviting us to his private home game. It was a blast. I bought in for $2,000, cashed out for $3,700 exactly. So a profit, you guys, of $1,700 more dollars being added into the prize pool, bringing us up to $11,937, and we're only on day 4. Make sure you do all 3 things: that subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. You have to fill out that intake form, and if you want an extra chance to win, I have some sick merch on my site, shopwolfgang.com, and I also have an affiliation with Club WPT Gold, America's newest online poker site. You can also play from Canada as long as you're 18 years old or older. Link is down below. Use code Wolfgang when you're signing up for a bonus. I'll see you guys tomorrow in Wolfmas number 5. Bang!